What's good, YouTube? Today we have kind of, I guess you can say, a long video, but I just wanted to get this video out to show you all of the family builds that I'm rocking with right now. Now, all of these aren't completely finished. I mean, like, they're not all the way maxed out, but for the most part, they're very effective and I like them. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. If you enjoy videos like this and want me to break anything down further, then one, leave a like on the video if you enjoy it, and then two, please feel free to ask questions down below. But one question I want to ask you is, who is the strongest family member in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game? All right, let me know that down below in the comments. But we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're just going to go in order. All right, so we're going to start with Leatherface here, and for our loadout for his main ability, I went with a overheat reduction. I went with stalling resistance, and then I went with instant activation. For our perks, we went Valiant, then Big Swings, and then of course Serrated. Now Serrated is almost maxed out, so it's going to hit even harder. For the Grandpa perks, there's really only one that you should be using, and that's Swinging for the Fences. And then for our points, we went almost all the way. Well, we did go all the way, but we spent a lot of points on our savagery. But we put 10 on savagery to give us that 50 savagery. We put 12 on blood harvesting to give us that 25. So every time we have a full vial, we have one level for Grandpa. So if we want to feed Gramps, then we can do so when we know that we're guaranteed one level. Now for the endurance, we did plus that up by 11. So we have a 46 endurance. So we all know Bubba in this game can run forever, and that's really good, especially if your endurance is this high. So for our skill tree, let me show you guys the skill tree real quick. And this is exactly what I did. We pretty much just went left and just finished it all the way out, all the way up here. So cool perks. This is what I rock with Bubba. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to our next family member, which is Cook. Now Cook is one of those special family members in TCM that if you have one on your team, that is actually a good thing. Well, if it's built like this. All right, so I do feel strongly when I say this that a Cook build is not complete unless he has one special perk, and I know you know what I'm talking about. Let's go to this loadout. Our main ability, we went with reduced ability drain, then we went with a increased detection range, and then all family sees noise. Now the one ability that the one perk that I was talking about was, of course, security pins. Okay, so we're rocking the security pins. We're rocking with the freshest best, something that I just wanted to try out, and I actually seem to like it a lot. And then for our third perk, we went with Scout. Now, the downfall with the freshest best is that it severely hurts the amount of blood that you can get from buckets. So I wouldn't mind if you change this to anything else. You have a lot of other things that you can do. Activated is a new perk that's actually going kind of crazy on YouTube. So, I mean, if you get, you know, sneak attacked or you lose a grapple, I mean, you're just going to get even harder, or get harder damage, or more damage, I should say. So you're going to hit harder, I should say. But yeah, there's ways that you can mix and match this. But yeah, this is what I'm rocking with. And then for the Grandpa perks, I feel like this is the best one for Cook, just in case we get into a grapple. I mean, all victims just love to hit that grapple, so you might actually win a few of those. And then for our attributes, we went with we pretty much just put it all on blood and endurance, 15 and 15. So it's kind of like an even build. Our endurance seems a little low, but Cook is here to really hold it down. He's not really a chase build. He's more of just a lock down the perimeter type build and do your rounds. You feel me? For the skill tree, we went to the left, then we went up to get that suffocating grip, then we went to the right, so then we can claim that rage, and then we went to the right to get Scout, and then up we had to get that security pins, and then we pretty much just went up from there. Now for our next family member, my bad, is going to be Hitchhiker. Now this is by far one of my favorite builds and favorite characters in TCM because Hitchhiker is very versatile. Like, yes, he doesn't hit the hardest, but he can definitely chase you down and hit you multiple times. So if anybody wants to step forward and just say how much they just dislike being chased in the basement by Hitchhiker in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, then I mean, feel free to, you know, spam the comments down below. But for this Hitchhiker build, we do for our main ability, or our main, for our main ability, we went with faster placement. We went with increased escape difficulty and then bleed damage. So them traps definitely hurt. For our perks, we went with Scout, Serrated, and Feral. So not only can I swing maybe a good 8+ times, but you're also getting extra damage on your opponents or victims with having Serrated, bro. Like, if you get caught in the open and you can't escape, this build is going to get you. All right. For grandpa perks, there are 3 that I would really like to use. Of course, the Nobody Escapes Hell. If you're playing with a cook and he doesn't have it and he might have suffocating grip, then definitely slap this on and you will be lit. All right. Especially if that cook has security pins. Like, it's a no-brainer. Suffocating grip, of course, because you'll be chasing victims around. And then a lot of people have well, but if somebody has these other 2, then you have a third option in well, because all victims if, you know, every victim needs to reset. So yeah, these 3 are must-haves for this build. Now, we did something a little different. We didn't put too much on savagery. We put 1 on savagery, 3 on blood harvesting, so we got that 100 for our full blood vial. And then for our endurance, we maxed our endurance out. So yes, we can run for days. We can run, we can swing, we can go through wall gaps, like everything. So this is a pretty annoying build to run from. Now for the skill tree, this is what we did. We went to the left here to go ahead and claim that hysterical strength. Then we just kept going up from here. Then of course we went to the right a little bit just so we can get that serrated. Let me get my marker on here. All right. And then we went to the left and then we had to go and get that Feral, Scout, and Nobody Escapes Hell. Now the next family member that we have to work on, but this is the exact build that I do want for this sissy, is here. Okay. Look at this, man. For our main ability, we have the increased cloud duration, we have the increased poison duration, and then we have toxic cloud. But look at these perks. They gave this sister wireframe. All right. Now, of course, I would have this maxed out already, but I do not use Sissy that much. I literally use like Johnny, Hitchhiker, Hands, like the people that are more so like meta, because a lot of these people that I get matched up with aren't that good at the game and I want to still have a little fun. So we need to work with Sissy a little bit more, but wireframe, serrated, and fired up are our perks. For our grandpa perks, we have a wild selection. I wouldn't mind going with well. I definitely wouldn't mind going with Nobody Escapes Hell. And I also enjoy using Excited Grandpa. For our attributes, we went 21 into savagery. We kept blood harvesting alone. Like, we didn't even need to touch it because, I mean, this is probably the highest that you're going to get for blood harvesting. And that's just base. You know, like, she starts off with 38. So we really don't need much after that. Endurance, we slapped 7 on that so we can have a 30 endurance. My goal was to get this build pretty balanced, and I think it is exactly what I wanted. So yeah, this is the Sissy build. If you want to create it for yourself, here's the skill tree. We pretty much went straight up and then went straight to the right. Like, that's pretty much what we had to do. And we got everything and some. Like, there's some really good perks. So we can always mix and match whatever we want, but we definitely have some stuff that we can always mess with later. Now for our next family member is going to be Johnny, one of the hardest hitting broken characters in this game. People hate it when I am Johnny. Let me show you why. For our main ability, we have decreased tracking cost, we have increased clue range, and then we have the increased trail range. For our perks, we went with the newest perk for Johnny is that Valiant. Then we, of course, had to get Scout, and then we went with Hysterical Strength. For our grandpa perks, there's only two, but these two can easily be switched out or swapped at any given point because they're both good. Excited Grandpa and also well. For our attributes, we pretty much maxed out the savagery. So not only do we swing a lot, but we hit really hard, okay? Plus with all these boosts as well, we do get the 20%. And then after we hit level 3, we get another 20%. So that's already 40%. And then with Scout not taking away damage, like this is a pretty OP character, I should say, in TCM. But yeah, savagery maxed out, so plus 20. We didn't do anything with the blood harvest, and we smacked 12 onto endurance. Now, if you want to create a build like this, then here is how you do it. You go to the right. Now, of course, you'll see other perks that we just don't have equipped that you can still use, and you can still get W's with ease. Like this activated, like a lot of people are starting to use activated now. If you don't know what it is, this is exactly what it is here. After being stunned, you deal 20% extra damage for 40 seconds. I didn't know 40 seconds lasted that long, but 40 seconds is it's a pretty good long time. I mean, like once you play with this perk, I mean, I've seen it on YouTube. Look it up if you haven't, but it does hurt. But yeah, and then we went all the way up here to get Scout and well. So for our next family member, we have Nancy, someone that we don't really play too much, but I mean, Nancy is just a different type of character. She's more of a lockdown the fort type of character. She's not another chase build, but here's what we have for her main ability. Increased spy duration, we have quicker recharge rate, and then last but not least, we have clear vision. Now for her perks, we have Poison Claws, one of the most annoying perks that you can get on Nancy. It's very useful. We have Universal Donor, so she can help feed Gramps, and then we have Unrelenting. For the grandpa perks, we have well. I would only use well, maybe brute strength. I just don't like how it says slightly increased. So I would definitely just stay with well here. And yeah, that's pretty much all you really need. And then when it comes to our attributes, we have a 30 in savagery, we have a 40 in blood harvest, and then a 32 in endurance. Okay. If you want to make this build, the skill tree is right here. There's a lot of good perks that you're getting. Of course, the dinner bell. And then you also have pins and needles if that's what you're into. And then you still get the poison claws, the ding dong. Like there's a lot of perks that we're not even using. I mean, down the rabbit hole you can use if you really want to be a basement dweller. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in this skill tree right here. But other than that, we have our last and final family member, the newest one of the bunch, and that is Hands. Now, I feel that this is a pretty basic build for Hands, but it is one heck of a useful build. All right. So for our main ability, we just pretty much went all the way up to the right, or up the right side of the tree. So reduce Ripstall cooldown, reduce electric trap setup, and also Ripstall instant trap. Now for our perks, we went with Scout, we went with Barrier Breaker, and also Blood Runner. For our grandpa perks, we do have well, and that's pretty much all that I would really want to use on this build. So when it comes to our attributes, we have a 45 savagery, so we do hit hard. We have a 22 in blood harvesting and a 38 in endurance. So not only do we hit hard, but we're kind of on the same level as Johnny when it comes to being able to swing quite a few times. You do have to manage his stamina a little bit because his stamina is not really all that good. But I mean, he is one heck of a fast build when you put Scout on hands. Like, this dude should not be running this fast as a 7'8" demigod. Like, he should not be running this fast, but he does. All right. If you want to copy this build, this is exactly what I did. Of course, you need that barrier breaker so you don't feel bad when you don't have it and you have no Leatherface. And yeah, it's a mess. Please activate this or use this perk. It's here for a reason. Use it, man. All right. But the rest of the tree is pretty much to the right. Then you go up and we're going to finish this tree to the top left so we can go and secure Scout. So these are pretty much all of the family builds. And if you really want me to drop another video, but next time doing all of my victim builds, then just go ahead and leave a like on this video right here, right now. Okay, leave a like on the video and I will do my best to drop our next video, which should hopefully be these victim builds. But if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and smash a like on it. I would greatly appreciate that. If you're new here, subscribe. We have tons of TCM content over here. We have a whole playlist full. So if you're looking for builds or just regular gameplays, we got them. Okay, we got them. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.